The Galaxy S8. It's been almost 1 year that this device has been launched, and after 1 year, it's time for the latest update. Well, it's still not the latest, it's still Android 8.0 Oreo, but it's a new addition from Samsung. And well, it's not a huge one. We are now going to be taking a look at what are the smaller changes that Samsung actually did for their first full screen display flagship. So starting with the home screen, it looks pretty much the same. There are not a lot of changes over here at all. Bixby briefing has been bit tweaked. There are small little animation changes over here and there. Also the UI is bit more adjusted. In short form, this update is just everything that Galaxy Noted gets, just not the S Pen and the live focus. Those are hardware changes, but all the software changes that Noted came with are now in Galaxy S8, like the smallest things that you can pick out. And then again, there are some of the additions and just a whole lot of bug fixes. Samsung wants to make this OS as polished as iOS. So starting with the keyboard, that's I guess how you have searched my video. There you go, it looks much more cleaner now. But you also get this upper row over here where you get quick shortcuts for emojis, settings, your clipboard, or just one-handed mode. If you want to switch it around with quick text, you can always do that, and the suggestions that it gives, it's pretty amazing. Most of the time it's accurate because it actually learns how you type sentence. If you do some stuff like me, reply to any comments over and over, it will just give me my whole comment over here, which is just amazing. Then you can always expand it for more options. You can also enable auto replace or just switch it around again, such as your GIF keyboard, then stickers, voice input, all of the stuff is present over here. Also, it is Samsung, so you do get a whole lot of new emojis over here which you will not find in any kind of another phone. Yes, this is the newer version of Unicode, but Samsung has still added some of their own emojis over here, which is kinda cute. The settings UI has been just completely redone for the keyboard. You have now much simpler UI. You don't just get predictive text, then auto replace, then all of the blah blah stuff. Now it's much more organized, such as your smart typing. There it has the predictive text and stuff. You have keyboard layout and feedback. Earlier you can just adjust the height of the keyboard. Now you can do all sorts of stuff, such as enable high contrast keyboard. So if you are doing any kind of typing in sunlight or stuff, you can always enable these keyboards which are extremely high contrast. Let's just get to the menu by swiping up. The search bar is now a bit updated. The icons are not changed at all. They are not touched. I guess with Galaxy S9 we would be getting newer icons, but who knows. So if you go into any kind of folder, you can now adjust the color of the folder with whatever you like literally you have your normal stock options. Then again, if you tap this, you can just make the folder color anything you like and also adjust the transparency of it, which is again good if you want to organize your stuff. Search has been also now modified. Now instead of giving you options for some of the stuff, just type in K, it will give you everything such as like applications, your suggestions, and if I have any kind of files named with K, it will show it. As you can see, it shows my contacts. Then again, settings. Now just like that, if I want to just explore any kind of contact, I can just tap the card and it will give me more options about it, which is just again good. You can go for online results if you want. Now you can also go to the clock app, go to your alarm and enable Bixby briefing. Now Bixby briefing will actually give you more information when you actually set an alarm, such as reading out your time and give you more information about the weather. It did give me any kind of weather information because the GPS was not enabled, but yeah, it must look like this if you have GPS enabled. If you go to the quick settings panel, you get a bit more darker colors than before, which is a bit weird. You can scroll around, you get some developer quick settings if you have enabled the developer options, and some of the quick settings have been bit updated, such as the performance mode, then the blue light filter. The features are pretty much the same, they don't do anything new, but as you get a blue light filter for night, you also get newer screen color options. If you go to the accessibility, vision, you get only options for color lens. So if you have any kind of eye strain, you can always enable for blue, azure, cyan. You get whole sorts of options over here for it. Now Samsung has added shortcuts to their cloud services like everywhere. For example, going to the My Files, scroll down, you have cloud services over here, and you will find these cloud services like almost in every other app, such as gallery and all other stuffs related to any kind of storage files. Coming to the always on display, there is nothing been changed over here. It just works as same as before. You can scroll it around for all of the features. But if you come to the lock screen, the UI is much more adjusted. The icons at the bottom are much smaller than before. Then again, you get all sorts of animations over here thanks to Android Oreo. Now coming to the camera, normal features have been not touched at all, such as for example your normal zoom in feature is still available over here, and you get all new button same as the Galaxy Note 8 for full screen images. Yeah, it looks amazing on our Galaxy S8, but they actually replaced it with HDR. I guess they could fit HDR like 5 buttons over here, but it's Samsung. The HDR is now inside settings and there is nothing changed at all over here. It's still the same. Bixby vision and the stickers. Now if you're wondering where are the 3D stickers, there are inside over here. And then again, you can also add new of them from Galaxy App Store. You can also record a video. There are a bunch of them. Then again, you can also add text such as like this, shot on Galaxy S8 Plus. Pretty nice touch. On the right, you get your filters as before. Again, you can add more of them. Scrolling to the left, you get all of your features. Now let's just hop onto the settings where all of the magic gets placed. Literally, I don't think many people are going to notice the update at all, cause there is no visual change at all. It still looks the same. As you can see, the icons over here are a bit more darker than before, just like the quick settings panel. Going to the connections and settings, there is nothing new, but if you go to Wi-Fi, there is a new feature such as for going advanced. You get toggleable Wi-Fi power saving and turn on Wi-Fi automatically. Going to the display, you get more info about blue light filter and auto brightness. If you go to auto brightness, now you can actually reset the usage pattern so it works much more better in low light. If you go to home screen, you get newer option for icon app badges and open quick settings panel. So if you actually enable this, once you swipe down from anywhere, you can actually access the notification panel. There are just bunch of noted features added, which I really like. Going to the edge screen, you also get a bit of an overhaul in UI. Going to the edge panel, there is nothing new over here. You can always go to edge panel handle, which is now replaced with handle settings. It's pretty much the same, but even if you're not inside the app settings, you can always grab it and just put it on any kind of site that you like. And there is a sort of almost no lag over here. It stutters a bit in heavy apps, but you do get this gradient. You can swipe around. The task edge is now completely circle, which I seriously don't know why Samsung did it. You get people's edge, then again your device maintenance with more info, but you also get a newer option over here for just viewing them in bulk. Then you also get a much more better edge lighting. Now Samsung has really focused this feature. For example, now you have options for just making it like almost all the colors that you like, such as this one, then the basic, the glow, which I always like. Then again you can adjust the color for it or just select as app, which I like. You can also adjust the transparency for it, the width. Samsung has just focused on this feature a lot. You can also block accidental touches. As you can see, my thumb is almost on the edge screen, but still I am able to scroll. Going to the navigation bar, again the UI is bit tweaked. If you go to hard press button, if you enable pressure test, now you can see how much you're pressing over here, which is kind of cool, to be honest. Samsung added this. I always wanted to test it. If I just keep it on stronger, there you go, it becomes bigger. Going to the advanced features, you get bunch of stuff over here just revamped, such as going to the finger gestures. You get only option for opening Samsung Pay directly from fingerprint scanner, which is kind of cool. That it was bothering me staying on the navigation bar. Now I can just swipe up with my finger, or just I can bring up my notification panel down, and I can also bring the quick settings panel, which was not available before. Multi-window, still the same, nothing new, but it's a bit more tweaked thanks to Android Oreo. You still get your app list where you can scroll around. Now also scrolling down, you will find more options such as dual messenger, which was like the best feature that I can remember from Galaxy Noted, where you can clone your social media apps such as WhatsApp. This is a dual SIM phone, so you don't need to install any kind of modded WhatsApp. You can just clone it over here, which is amazing. You get direct share, which is a bit tweaked for Android Oreo. Going to the apps, if you just tap this icon, you get much more options such as special access, system apps, app permissions, which is nothing new. Going to the special access, you get more options over here such as picture in picture, which allows you to just float around any kind of app. Now more apps have adding the support for it, such as Facebook, then again Duo, but you can also use it with YouTube, but you do need a YouTube Red subscription for it. But if you don't want to do that, you can always go to Chrome, visit the YouTube video in desktop mode, just play the video once, visit full screen, and just tap the home button, and it will actually minimize the video for you. You can pause it, you can just skip it, then again make it smaller. Going to the lock screen security, the settings have a bit more tweaked. They are much more simpler than before, but lock screen type and stuff is just the same as before. Then again registering your face. Going to the always on display though, the UI has been tweaked, and also most of the settings now give you a tip, which is nice. You can enable home button and clock, then again show always. You can also control what double tap to home does, like opening camera, which was available in Nougat but not in all of the countries. Now as well as always on display, you can also control the clock, how it looks on your lock screen with the wallpaper, which is nice. You get new clocks over here. One of them is pretty edgy like this. You can also control the color of it or just make it as your wallpaper by pressing the first button, but I just like the white. Going to the always on display, you get same options, but you also have edge clock, then again placing your loved one's photo. Again, same features for the colors, and as this is Android Oreo, you get Google Play Protect for your security. Then again, most of the apps have newer setup screens like this, just nice. Samsung has done a lot of work in this. And under the always on display, you get only option for clocks and face widgets, which is again what I showed you. Going to the face widgets, you can enable all of the 3 settings over here if you want to scroll around just like the always on display. Now notification settings has also expanded. Now you can also control the transparency of it, like you can make it pure transparent or just completely white. I like sort of in middle. You can hide your content, then again notification icons only, auto reverse text color if you want it. Going to the about phone, there is a whole new UI over here. It shows your phone number, your model number, and both of your IMEI slots just onto your face. So if you are a YouTuber like me, just remind that you put your fingers on it. Going to the software info, experience version 9.0, Android version 8.0.0. I know it's not the newest. I would be really happy if Samsung gave Android 8.1 to Galaxy S9 so that we can port it to this Galaxy S8. And you get the latest security patch February 1, which is like one of the first devices to get it. Also in settings you get your newer search bars just like the Android 8.1, but it's a bit cramped as they have also added your profile over there. You can always enlarge it and then again it shows your phone number and all of your stuff. But if you're setting your Galaxy S8 as a new phone, all of the apps will have a newer kind of setup screen, which you will surely enjoy, I guess. Now coming again to the apps edge, if you go to edit, you can also now create app pairs for multi-window. So for example, I have created Amazon and Flipkart so that I can just compare the prices anytime I want. For example, I can just drag it over here. Opening them will open both of the shopping apps. If you exit it, it minimizes on the top. You can always go back inside over there, scroll around for more of the apps. Coming to the recent task panel, as I told you, app shortcuts now glow as blue. Then again, the cards are much more longer than before, I guess. You have this 3-dot menu over here which gives you option for contacting direct to the Samsung, lock the apps, settings for multi-window and list view. I know it's weird but it looks kinda cool to be honest, like look at that. Quickly switch to any kind of app, you don't need to scroll around all of the stuff. And that's pretty much it for the Android Oreo update of the Galaxy S8 and the S8 Plus. I hope you guys enjoyed and please let me know your thoughts on this Oreo update down in comment section below. And if you like my effort, please be sure to subscribe and see you in the next one. Peace.